Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, rather had fun, yeah.
But before we go into 2025, let's do a quick recap of 2024. Uh, Thomas and the Dink have put the Dink Awards, which is powered by Nike, which is a pretty badass sponsorship for this. So,
Mhm.
if you don't mind, let's go through some of these categories and get
Sure.
our votes on the Dink Awards. So, Men's Player of the Year, we have Ben Johns, Hayden Patrickren, J.W. Johnson, Christian Alshon, and Federico Staksrud. Who's your vote?
Um, well, I mean, you and I have talked about this before. We talked about it like with MLP, MVP, and as always, it depends a little bit on your own personal definition. For me, I'd vote for Staksrud because I think he was. You can make an argument that he had the best year of anybody. He was super consistent at singles. I think. I think Ben had a fine year for Ben, but just a fine year. I think Staksrud had a really good year for Staksrud. And both of them, I don't know if you saw it, but Matty Pickles put out those charts
Oh, yeah, we
about
love Matty
total.
Pickles. We love
Yeah,
the snaps nerds.
great stuff. Great stuff he did. A lot of kudos to him on the charts that he put out. But the chart he put out on, for example, medals won in each event, and so on. You know, Staksrud was right there with Ben. So I'd give it to Fetty.
Yeah, I actually would as well. I mean, just the fact that he medaled in every single tournament he played is a completely wild statistic. Um, and when you look at the weighted average, you get 3 points for a gold, 2 points for a silver, 1 point for a bronze. Fetty actually outscored Ben in that metric. Ben obviously has a lot more gold medals in doubles, but man, Fetty also won all three of those tournaments with Hayden, which I think we'll expect to see some more of next year. And then I think Ben underperformed expectations as well, and Fed way outperformed expectations. And I think with an even-ish weighted medal count, I think you have to give it to the person who exceeded their
Yeah,
expectations. I mean, I'm voting
I'm
for
with you.
Fed on that one as well. Um, Women's Player of the Year, we have A. Catherine, Anna Bright, Rachel Rohrbacher, and Georgia Johnson.
Hard not to give it to LW off of that list. I mean, the only other one that I could even start to make an argument for, I think, would be somebody not even on the list, and that's Kate Fahey. Just from the standpoint of sort of rags to riches.
Okay.
At the time of the MLP draft, which I think was in March, if I remember right, I knew who Kate Fahey was. Um, I did not know who Kate Fahey was in January, though, or December of 2022. And for her to go from unknown, unknown by everybody in January, unknown by 95% of the people at the time of the MLP draft. There were so many people who texted or tweeted, Kate who? when she was picked. And look where she ended up. I mean, just an amazing year for her. She'd be the only other one I'd really consider, but I got to give it to ALW just because of the sheer dominance.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think AL is just clearly dominant. And to play devil's advocate with Kate, obviously, can incredible singles player, but hasn't quite had incredible doubles results. Right? I mean, she's been solid at doubles and not getting necessarily the partners that are going to take her to regular medal stands. And you could say that Anna carried her, which is not entirely true, but I think partially true. Right? Does Kate have the same sort of NLP success without Anna? Certainly not. And she
No,
didn't have very much NLP success in mixed doubles, even with Gabe, who's playing good ball. But Gabe, obviously, probably known as a better men's doubles player at this point as well. So I think if you're looking at the whole picture, you give it to AL for sure. So yeah, I think Kate is somebody to, and obviously we'll get to the predictions too, but Kate is somebody that's only improving.
how
All
about
right.
Hunter Johnson will be regarded as the number one singles player.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, Hunter's got the game. He's got the athleticism. He's got the all court game. He's lanky and nobody spanks a forehand like him. Um, you know, I could see it. I think we'll end the year with Federico being the best player on an average day, but several players having the ability to beat him. Kind of the position I feel like Ben is in right now. So on average, Federico is the best, but I think that Hunter is a player that's going to give Federico a lot of good matches next year as well.
Well, will Fetty finally beat Ben this year? You know,
I mean, it's just like that is a weird one. The Fed beats every single player but Ben. Ben can lose to anybody but Ben.
yeah. Is that I just wonder if it's at some point it's gotta get in your head, you know?
Yeah, possibly, but it also sometimes just matchup stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, Ben covers the passes very, very well, and he's very good at the cat and mouse game. Obviously, Fed is as well, but I think Ben does a really good job of neutralizing Fed's biggest strengths.
Yeah, I mean, still for me, when people say Fetty is the best singles player, to me, you've Ben is right up there, and unless Fetty can beat him, I'm not ranking him ahead of Ben. You got to beat him to be the
I
champ. You
am
got to beat the champ.
for consistency's sake. Like Fed is meddling every single time.
Absolutely,
Ben might beat Fed more, but he also loses to everybody else more than Fed.
absolutely. Well, Fetty's better against the power players. Ben is more prone to losing to the power players. So Ben's going to get knocked out in the round of 16 or even round of 32 every once in a while, and Fetty usually is not. But sorry, Fetty, I love you, but you got to beat Ben.
Yeah.
To be number
All
one, you
right,
got to beat
Jen.
him.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, rather had fun, yeah.